Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vara and Virtue Show. I saw athletically lazy say this. They must be sharing pictures of Leon can only be the reasonable explanation. Listen, okay.
Why you gotta put us down front
Come
like
next
that?
week, right? We're not going to be able to talk about Leon all the time anymore. Let us girls have fun, okay? Just
Yes.
that simple.
I did see a rumor that there may be a DLC that they drop, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, I did see that rumor, but I didn't see any significant
me
details
neither.
about it
So,
though,
but
besides just DLC, which hey, I'd be fine with.
a girl can hope, right?
That's true. So Wicked, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a really fun week because I, not just because of Resident Evil, but a lot because of that. I haven't been this excited for a game in so long, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm
It
I'm
is
I'm,
nice
I'm gonna
when a
finish it this
game
week.
is like really hyped up and it actually delivers,
Yes.
for
Yes.
sure. But where are you right now?
I am. Where did I end? Oh, I just got into Victor's secret office, like read the elevator thing goes down.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm pretty far, but because of the way I play the game, there's probably a good 8 hours left. So I'm thinking there's gonna be 2 more streams left, but I'll have it done by Friday.
Nice. Yeah, I finished it yesterday. My playthrough was about 14-ish hours, 14 and like a half, roughly. Now, when you finish the game, it will say like your total time played. It doesn't count like just being in the game. It doesn't just count like, I think that it doesn't count cutscenes and it doesn't count like, oh, if you have to backtrack. But I know my playthrough personally was like 14 and a half-ish hours.
Yeah, I'm at like nine and a half
Yeah.
hours right now. So I probably have 2 streams left, which is fine. I'll have it done by Friday.
Yeah, I definitely took my time with it, but I definitely can't wait to replay it. I think I'm gonna give it a little while before I do, probably like a couple of weeks, and then I'll give it
That's what I
another
said.
go.
I was like, you know what? In April, I'm probably gonna play it again.
Yeah, yeah, like space it out by a month just because there's a lot of other games coming out, but after that I will be very excited to to give it another go, especially on a harder difficulty. I think that the game for me was a little too easy on like the standard difficulty.
It wasn't. I thought it was gonna be like a bit harder. Like no matter what, I'm gonna mess up, right? I'm gonna get lost. I'm gonna die from the monsters, but it just, I don't know. I thought that it was gonna be a little bit harder. So I think I could. The next round will be the next level. Are you doing the modern standard right now? Is that the one that you just did, or
Yeah,
the
that's the
middle one?
one.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
that I'm doing. And yeah, I agree. I mean, it's smooth for streams because my thing, especially for a first playthrough, is like I don't want to do anything super hard, especially for like story mode stuff, like where I keep dying and going back, and then there's 2 hours of my stream of me doing the same spot. I try to avoid that, so that's why I like to do just like normal settings first. But you're right, it does. I mean, maybe we're just such professional gamers that like normal is just easy peasy for us.
Easily. I mean,
Easy,
duh. That's
duh.
definitely the answer. I actually am very happy that it is a little easier because I was afraid when they handed poor old poor old Grace one bullet, Leon.
Oh my
What the
gosh.
fuck? I was like,
You
oh,
should
we are
show
cooked. This is over.
you should show some of the art. Did I send you that one cute little animation of like the little baby Grace? And
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see if I can find them real quick. But I was like, oh, this is gonna be hell. I do not like this already because I thought that meant we were gonna get absolutely screwed.
yeah, I was like, wow, great, fantastic. Okay, so when I got to the part where you have to jump in the hole to save Emily,
Yeah.
right? Like you switch over to Leon, it's fantastic, right? Like you're just, kicking and fighting your way through everything. You're fine. And then
Leon, here, Grace, take this and defend yourself. And then it breaks her nose. It bounces back. So
yes.
stupid. Come on, Leon. You could have just given her your pistol.
I know, right? Empties out the gun with just one bullet and goes, here. You're
Yeah,
gonna need
right?
this. But so when I jump in the hole after to save Emily, I was like 1 bite to die, maybe 2, right? I was very injured, no health, and I had no ammo. I was like, "This is gonna be great."
Yeah.
That part took me the longest so far. Like, where you had to get, like, the fuses, not the fuses, I don't know what you wanna call them, but you had to go get 3 of them. You had to go around and do the puzzle, figuring out how to get them, and I call her Big Bertha, and you had to fight Big Bertha and hide from her. That's
Yeah,
the longest so far.
yeah, definitely. I know in your stream, I believe it was yesterday, you were collecting the wristbands and you said the same thing that I did when you had to like revive the zombie in order to like get the wristband. Why? Like,
Just
what, how
cut
does
it
that even
off.
make sense? Just to pad out the game time, I guess?
I guess, and then also the Braille thing, I had to make that my title today. Like, I can't read Braille. I know I did that yesterday, but I'm like, what? There was like maybe 4 different options you could have picked to get it correct, and you had to go get the kid. And I'm like, okay, I understand it. It was for the game, but so many people have grief over that. Like you could have figured that out just guessing after a few times.
Probably, but you know, sometimes you just need a stupid companion quest, a little
Exactly.
guide quest in order to
You got to put children in danger sometimes. It's fine.
yeah, to pad out the game time. So like I get it, but I I definitely think though, and I won't spoil anything, but I definitely think that the second half it's better, but it's also worse.
Mhm.
The pacing is much different and it feels much less traditionally Resident Evil. And it
Hmm.
does stumble a little bit in terms of the pacing, but at the same time it is good.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'll know next week. We will be
you will.
yapping up a storm.
Exactly. You know, guys, Wicked and I planned it this way so that we could talk about Resident Evil again next week. So I told Wicked, if you could take one for the team and not finish the game until Thursday, you know,
Yeah, she gave
then
me
we'll
five
get more of it.
bucks. So
Exactly.
I
Exactly. $5 in a Tootsie Roll. So,
was gonna say in one of those strawberry candies that every auntie has in their purse.
yeah, like a caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel creams. Yes, exactly. Damn it.
Yeah.
Was a better candy idea.
It's okay. I just like candy, so whatever you want to give me, I'll take it.
Yeah. For some reason, this didn't. Oh, here it is. Okay. Cajun Corey, thank you for the 5. For some reason, it wasn't actually in the start, but I think it was because it was right before we started.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah.
how would you cancel an appointment at a sperm bank? Do you just call them and say you can't come? So stupid. It's so stupid. No, no,
Corey.
no. I have an Xbox Live brain where as soon as I see an adult word, I instantly just laugh. It wasn't even funny. I spent too much time as a 12-year-old on Xbox Live. So I guess you win, Corey.
I still think we need to have Vera and Mazda meet. It'd be something. Because they'd become her little brother and they would just yell at everybody online together.
Yes, exactly. I like yelling at people online. I'm more
Yes.
than happy to. Mike Noss, thank you for the 5. Opinion on quick finish games. I remember renting X-Men Destiny from Redbox when that was a thing. I managed to beat it 3 times before returning it. I don't know what quick finish games is. Is that just like a rental service?
Quick opinion on
Quick
quick.
finish
Let me look it
games.
up while you
Yeah,
I
that
got
might
you.
be it. I've never personally rented games. I just in my life have always bought or like borrowed them from other people. But I don't mind the idea of a game rental subscription service. Honestly, I probably get a lot of use out of a game rental service because I play games so quickly.
So quick finish games are
Oh,
video
you just
games.
mean quick finish games. Oh, the way I was thinking you meant it
Yeah.
as like a service or something with because you were talking about renting from Redbox. Oh, okay. You just mean like games that are quick. I'm fine with shorter games. I'd rather have a game be shorter than it be long and drawn out.
Yeah, I think next week, speaking of shorter games, we'll probably finish Reanimal as long
Yeah,
as you have the time. I know like this week took over Resident Evil took over for both of us.
definitely. We're
But
more than
yes,
halfway through it though, so.
Speaking of like renting games, I did used to do that back like for the 64, I think was the only service I rented, and it was like Hollywood Video or something like that. Yeah, it was Hollywood Video. I don't think I ever rented a game from Blockbuster, but Nintendo games have always been expensive. So my mom's like, I get her logic. Games like Donkey Kong 64 and Mario 64, like there's a lot of longevity there, right? Those are long games. But the quicker games, like she's like, I'm gonna spend $60. And my brother was somebody who would like stay up 24 hours to finish a game. So she's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna
I
spend
don't know
60 bucks on
anybody
this.
like that.
She's like,
I
yeah.
don't.
So I get why she's like, I'm just gonna rent it and spend like, I don't know, $10 for you to rent it and play it in a night, you know?
I'd probably get so much use out of that though, like
You
not having to
would.
pay $70 a game. Honestly, that would probably be like a dream scenario for me personally, because I mean, I finish games just so quickly.
You do.
So yeah, but thank you for the 5. Very grateful. Mr. Rich Low Pitch, thank you for the 5. How are you two feeling about Crimson Desert? As a guy with long black hair and a beard, I think I know what to go as for Halloween this year. I'm personally very excited for Crimson Desert. I played a lot of Black Desert Online, which is like the MMO counterpart that had come out a decade ago now, probably even longer. But I really, yeah, actually probably like 13 years ago, but I really like Black Desert. I have a lot of high hopes for Crimson Desert. I just hope that Crimson Desert, though, isn't the type of game that promises the world and doesn't quite deliver. Because I'm so cautious when it comes to new games.
Yeah, you have to be. And I've never played Black Desert, so I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't really comment on it, but I hope Vera likes it. You guys like it.
I hope I like it too, because I'm gonna be sad if I don't. I've been shilling for this game for a year now, at least. I've been like, this is gonna be the best thing ever. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be terrible. And what I mean by that is it's either truly going to deliver on every single promise and it is going to be fantastic, because if it isn't able to deliver and it's just like a 7 out of 10 game, it's truly going to feel like a 0 out of 10 because of what we could have had from it. So I don't think there's going to be any middle ground. I think it's going to be, people are going to love it or hate it.
Sorry, I had to look it up. I know what you're talking about now. It looks like a
Yeah.
very pretty game, an open world. Yeah, I hope it's good for you guys.
I hope so too. If it's not, that's okay. At least I get to play Resident Evil, and surely I'm
doesn't
not
suck.
already coping over this
She's
potential
not.
fail.
Totally not.
7 out of 10 is not that bad. It's not, but when they've promised so much, it's going to feel like catastrophic in a way. Also, Addis is an IGN journo, clearly. Until, thank you for the 10. Love your videos. Thank you. Glad you enjoy the content. Thank you for the support. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. So speaking of journos, let's start out. All right. Do you want to start out with a win or with hypocrisy?
Let's get the hypocrisy out of the way.
Well,
which one? I don't even know.
I'm sure you already know what the hypocrisy is. In one case, PC Gamer is now praising the sexy, nearly nude Leon mods, where they previously were trashing Stellar Blade for the mods being 41% smut, saying gamers would never see the light of heaven. Now, I'm personally not here to police what people do with their video games. You know, I think it's fine if you want to goon to a female or a male character, whatever floats your boat. But I don't think that journos need to be writing articles like this, like with their "I'm on prep Leon, come bend me over a table" article. So, like, you feel free to fantasize in your free time, but don't write articles on it. And I kind of feel the same way
Seriously. Seriously, like women love Leon, right? But like a lot of it is just us being silly girls. We're not sitting there on our free time just like, I must look at
I
every
have to
picture of
like all of the
Leon,
fan edits on
like,
TikTok.
yes,
I've been watching
yes.
them for 8 hours. I'm going for 9. You know, like
Maybe
that.
9, it's a new personal record. But
Yeah.
yeah, that article was. Now, I've read a lot of cringy stuff in my time, not even including the internet, but let's just include all the crappy stuff that we see on the internet and stupid brain cell killing junk that we see on X. That
Yeah.
article was probably the cringiest thing I've seen ever. Like that was
It
just
really
so
was.
it was gross. And I bet you the voice actor is probably like, ugh. Like I sent her some of the reactions in the
Yeah.
comments, like of Leon's face, like no, I won't say the words that were said in it, but that's what happens when you scroll through Twitter comments. Sometimes you find some gems in there, but it's just like it's what is it like fan what is it called? Like when you make like a story, a fan story from something that's already existing.
Like a fan fiction?
Fan fiction, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're making this like fan fiction scenario in your head.
Oh, you
Could
mean
you
like this
imagine-
other article that I found saying that Leon's actually married to Chris? And how they're imagining Chris and Leon kissing. I'm sorry, Wicked. If I have to see it, you do too.
This gay isn't even a strong enough word for this and how lame this is. Because imagine if this was done and how mad they would be if they were like Jill and Ada are together. I mean, of course, there's fan art made of them and stuff. I'm sure. I don't need to see it, but I know it exists. I don't even have to see to know. But
Right.
imagine like if the game surrounded like around them, this new one, and people were
Hey
making.
guys,
mods
it's
of, like,
actually perfectly fine if a gay couple in the next Baldur's Gate 4 game, instead of fucking the bear, the dude who wants to fuck the other dude actually becomes straight and has a wife. Surely that's okay. Surely we can talk about that and that won't cause
because
meltdowns.
we will probably be bigots or whatever.
Right.
But it's just a fanfic, so it literally doesn't matter, man.
But that's the thing. Like, this is gross and cringy.
It
But
is.
because we know how they'd be if Ada in a bikini, Jill
Right.
in a bikini. Like, it would be this whole thing. And I don't want to play with shirtless Leon. Like, he's got nice outfits. I'm cool with it. But like,
right, like I wouldn't
so
want to
far
play a
gone,
game
man.
as like Ada topless, and I personally don't want to play a game as like Leon topless. I
No.
like the outfits that they have, and like I clearly don't like. I'm not playing it just for that purpose. Now, again, if someone wants to mod their game that way, like you go for it, power to you.
Yeah. It's crazy. And while we're on this topic, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Grace. I haven't seen much of it, but I have seen a little bit of it like circulating around Twitter. I think she looks fine. Like, she's no Claire, no Jill. Those are the top ladies to me. Those are my favorite Resident Evil girls. But like look wise, I think she just looks like a regular person. I don't think she looks dumpy. I don't think she's ugly. I think she just looks normal. But there's some people that wanted like, I don't know, like a bodacious girl. I don't really know what they wanted. It's very quiet. It's not a lot of people talking about it, but I've seen it a little. So I wanted to get your opinion on it, like her look and what you thought about it
So
after finishing the game.
Yeah, so I like her look. I don't think that every single female in a video game needs to be like in a bikini or like chainmail armor or anything like that. I do think it is a little tough, right? Because Capcom over the years has intentionally toned down their female characters in order to appeal to like a broader global audience. And so it's definitely important to keep that in mind and take that into consideration. But the problem that Capcom, like many other companies, are going for right now is realism. So they're not putting these girls in like these tiny little skirts anymore, and you don't see like a bunch of cleavage. And so it's like, I don't hate realism, but I also don't love it when the franchise has been so fan service heavy in the past. So it's tough because I like Grace for what she is, but if you suddenly told me, oh, Ada Wong is going to be in like a full body suit or something, I wouldn't like that because I know what she previously was.
Yeah.
And so like, unless there's a report that comes out and says, oh, the developers wanted to dress Grace very differently, and like the higher ups of the company said that they couldn't. It is tough to know if Capcom like it was like, hey, we're intentionally toning them down internally, or if this just is the direction that they always wanted to take her in. Because she's also not a very sexual woman. It's not like she's like Ada, where she's
A femme
flirtatious and
fatale.
right. She's
Yeah.
not a femme fatale, so I'm fine with that in a way. But yeah, I think that she looks pretty good. She's a very pretty woman, and like the face model that they based her off of is also very pretty. So I thought also the Lady Domitresque
Oh,
outfit is wild.
it doesn't look good on her, but it's really funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree with that because again, she's a new character. And her personality is timid too,
Yeah.
right? Like she's timid. She's
She's
and
nervous. She's what I think an average woman would be thrown into a situation like that, because basically before her mom died, she lived a very normal life, but even after that, like sure she was coping with the loss, but at the same time she was still living like a normal life out in society, and anyone thrown into that situation would probably be scared shitless.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I still think my chat gets a little bit annoyed by her like constantly like crying and stuff,
I don't know what you're talking about, Wicked.
but still, she's not as bad as Ashley.
Ooh, hey,
You like Ashley?
I know. I like Ashley. All right. But I like her by the end, and like seeing
Okay,
the
yeah,
full
that's fair.
picture with Ashley. I also really liked Leon's quips with Ashley. So those added a lot to it as well. But I think that she's cool. Honestly, all the women in Resident Evil are fantastic, just in very different ways. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, I have no issue with Grace. She's just if it like you said, if it was different, like if they took Ada and put her,
And some like
and
frumpy
like
outfit or
then
something like that. That'd be shit. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's fine. She's kind of just a normal girl that's went through some stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So
But
that's
yeah,
the way it goes.
Yeah, this just shows their hypocrisy. They're never gonna change.
No, absolutely not. So it says, stop the clock. Resident Evil Requiem's first sexy Leon mod hit Nexus mods just 4 days, 11 hours, and 23 minutes after launch. I'm glad we can all share this moment. And then previously, they were attacking things like Stellar Blade over being Gooner Game of the Year, and the mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven. And I hate this. I hate the hypocrisy. It's perfectly fine if you think no video games should be sexed up. It's fine if you think every game should be sexed up. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. We know that these people definitely always push it 2 steps too far, and think that their opinion is superior. But it's just so blatantly obvious that these people have no like level of standards, and they have no consistency. And I get, like, when we're talking about a publication like PC Gamer, for example, there's people who go, well, sometimes things are written by different people at an outlet. And that is true. I do understand that. But at the same time, you're all still representing the same brand. And when you've only got 3 people working there, it's a very different situation. It'd be like, oh, well, Wicked and I suddenly disagree, and let's say we had a team of 3 people that were doing the show. Oh, okay, well, yeah, but how often does that happen? Usually, if it's a tight-knit group, people are all going to share similar opinions. We're not talking about 50 people working on a project.
Yeah. Nope, that's very true. Very, very true. Good point. I didn't realize that they had such a small, or I just forgot that they had such a small company now.
PC Gamer, from what I have seen, is only 5 people, and one of them is an editor who doesn't actually write articles. So it's basically like a team of 5 people. So, like, we're not talking about a company either, or a team either, that is hiring people that are right-leaning. It's all lefties, and that's what the industry is now.
Yeah.
So that's another issue, because
It
they don't actually want, a wide variety of opinions. But man, oh man, they're getting wrecked right now over this.
Good.
Women are allowed to goon, but when men do, it's a crime. You don't hate journalists enough. The double standards continues. Feminists, we're gonna report this game. Feminists, we're gonna goon. It's so true though. It's like that it's between the feminists and the gays, right? Man, oh man, an attractive woman, that's not okay. But an attractive man, well, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna put him on a 75-inch TV and goon to him all day. That's the way that they are.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like to not care. You know what I mean? They're just so blatant with it, with
absolutely.
the double standards. And then they're still like, nah, it's okay. Well, just like they say, it's okay if you attack white men, but
Right.
don't you dare attack, a black woman. How dare you? Like, they have weird standards.
Yeah,
I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, that's just how they are, though. And not that that's a good answer. Like, that shouldn't be the norm, but they're very inconsistent a lot of the fucking time because they feel like they can do whatever and they don't have to check themselves. But it's fine if they call people out and tell people they're being hypocrites, but they don't own a mirror, I guess.
I just put something in the private chat that I think chat would enjoy, and you might too. It's not Instagram though, just fair warning. I don't know if you have
I'm not logged in. Do I have to log in? I think I might have to. Let me try.
Let's see, if not, I can share it.
Oh yeah, if you want to share it, because I think I have to log in.
Okay, all right. Hold on,
FML.
All right, I got it.
Cool.
Share. My friend sent this to me, and I was like,
"Oh."
So it's Leon shirtless bug.
I started playing Resident Evil Requiem. Check this out. I found a bug that lets you take off Leon's shirt. Let me show you guys how to do it. God. Are you still here, you filthy gooner? Get out of here. Guys.
Really
I thought it was funny.
Though. It is. It's pretty
It
good. Caught in 4K. Why do you need to see Leon shirtless, huh? You
It's
weirdo.
One of the funniest mods in general that I've ever seen was from 4. And they made Ashley like severely overweight, and they had Leon like shirtless with like some kind of I think he had some kind of like straps on. I don't know, but it was really funny. And it's when she's coming out of the window and he's supposed to catch her.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Him and she's like, Leon.
Yeah, I have seen that before. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But hey, at least we get to talk about Resident Evil again next week.
Yay! Woo! I hope you guys aren't sick of it yet.
Well, I don't remember asking their opinion. We need to talk about Leon while we can. It's going to be another 10 years before we see him. It's going to be very sad.
Yes.
Speaking of Leon, thank you for the $9.99. Give us the Grace Beach volleyball outfit. It's our constitutional right. I completely agree. We need fan service for all. I think Grace is pretty though, so they should have given her more like fan service outfits. They should have given her like more signature look, like Ada or like Claire or like Jill. They all have such distinct outfits, and Grace is just kind of a girl. And like I get why, but you could have given her something cool.
Somewhere in the chat, I thought that was a perfect description, is that she's like the girl next door.
Yeah, she is.
She's like
she
that,
needed
yeah.
some kind of like marketing material, though she doesn't have like a special charm or special jacket or like, I guess her glasses, but like that's not the same. She doesn't have
Yeah.
anything unique that's like, oh, I would love to buy a sweatshirt with that on it, or like, oh, I'd like to like download like a special wallpaper because I liked her.
I liked her. I mean, I liked the jacket, but I don't really get those kind of jackets anymore because now I'm in Florida, so I don't really wear them. But I used to be like a jacket, like a brown or like black cute leather jacket girl. Like I had one with a cute little hood. Like that was my fall aesthetic when I was still in New York, but now it's like, well,
Yeah, I
pretty
don't go
much just
outside,
not.
so I don't have to worry about having an
She's like,
aesthetic.
she's like, I don't know about coats. I just stay in.
Yeah, good enough for me. Rusty, thank you for the 5. Keeping a character on low health for that is not cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I kept Leon
disgusting.
in the game. There's a section you haven't reached yet, but there's a section where Leon is like constantly groaning and moaning. All I kept saying was, "Some JoUrNo's getting off on this, guys." He's just constantly groaning, but
don't show them Dead by Daylight.
That's true. I guess good for the JoUrNos for getting a little bit of fan service that they want, I suppose. And Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. But where is the Leon shirtless pic?
We just had it up.
We did, yeah. We did. It's the image of the here. I'll bring it up for you,
Just
Ian.
for Ian.
Just for you, Ian. Here you go. It's the image for the for the article. There you go, Ian. I know you love Leon, don't we all? But thank you for the 50 pounds.
I love that. I think I said it to you. The like side-by-side clip of Ethan and Markiplier reacting to it, and Ethan's just like, ah, like there he is, and Markiplier's like, I want to be him.
Yeah.
2 different types of people when Leon pops up.
Within every man, there are 2 different kinds of men. That's the perfect description.
Yep.
Of that. But speaking of something that's also Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Well, okay then. I'll DM it to you. Don't worry. I know that you're looking for a direct link to that mod. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Thank you for the 100 pounds. Very grateful.
Ian.
But now we get to do a little bit more dunking on the JoUrNos and the activists, the shills, the video game industry. Wicked, I know you're so sad. You've put like hundreds of hours into Highguard over the past couple of weeks. You're playing it constantly. You're always DMing me. 3 a.m. rolls around. Vara, do you want to hop into a game of Highguard with me? But I hate to tell you, Wicked, your favorite game is being shut down.
I don't know how I'm going to go on now, honestly. I might as well just call it. Delete all the channels, unplug the internet,
sell the computer.
What's the point of gaming now if there's no Highguard?
I know. So for anybody who does not know, Highguard is not going to be anymore. So it says, today we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down Highguard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players have stepped into Highguard's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building, and for that we're deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Servers will remain online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time. And then what is such a slap in the face to the people that have been playing is that they had tons of new content ready to go because they're adding a new warden, a new weapon, account level progression, and skill trees. So like when we're talking about a week after release, they added 5v5. Why didn't you launch the game with 5v5? If you had all of this new content ready to go, why didn't you just release this content weeks ago when you had a little bit of an opportunity to maybe not quite save the game, but potentially gain back an audience to a point where it was like a sustainable enough level? But they've waited until now. They're like, hey, yeah, just so you know, we're shutting this shit down, and here's a little bit of extra content.
That's unfortunate for the 5 people that were playing. No, I'm kidding. I know it was more than that, but
yeah, like 200.
Yeah, I mean, not much more. Did you see? I didn't keep up with it, but I seen it on X that Craig actually reached out to, I think it was one of the devs asking to interview. Did you see that?
Yeah, the studio lead or like the boss or whatever, because he had posted I have it here. Chad he's the studio head and game director.
him, okay.
He had posted all this information about like, oh, it hit 2 million players worldwide, and here are the player base numbers and like the platforms that it was played on, and here's like the stats of who the most played character is. And then he says, somewhere here, where is it? He says, I don't see it, but basically he had said like, oh, there's another side to this story that I'm not sure if I'll ever tell. And that's why Craig responded that way, which does make sense. You know, I always say it, hey, if Chad here wants to come on my channel, I'm happy to have a discussion with him, but we know these people never do.
No, because it actually would be a fair discussion. Like, of course, there's probably going to be a bunch of people in the chat that'd be like, don't go on this channel, don't talk to them, but they would be respectful. I don't know if it would be like a one-on-one. It probably would be one-on-one, maybe, if they did get him on there. It probably would just be Craig and him talking, but they don't want to because they're going to ask real questions. Like the way journalists used to be and how they're supposed to be, where they ask questions that maybe you don't want to answer, but it's what people want to know. And that's what YouTubers do now. Like if you had the chance, you would have a civil conversation, but that's when they start yelling and getting mad or they just leave because they don't want to look that way.
Well, it doesn't even get to that point because these people are so entrenched in this like toxic positivity echo chamber that they have.
Yes.
So they block you, they attack you initially, they ignore you, and so it doesn't even get to the point of conversation because these people don't want to have a conversation. They don't know how to have a conversation, and it is pathetic because like in theory adults should be able to have a talk about, oh yeah, like what do you personally think went wrong, like what would you have done differently, and all these different scenarios, but it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, seriously, just a civil conversation, and because they don't want to admit that they were wrong.
Right.
And also it's always our fault.
Right, exactly. We saw that happen with Highguard, where you had so many different developers like Josh Sobel who had come out and said like, oh, there were people not giving this a fair shot, and we felt so hurt that people were calling it Concord 2.0, and he had made like the comments about basically alluding to the fact that there was toxic positivity and how everybody that got their hands on it was saying it was lightning in a bottle. Then you have other developers who are now coming out and saying shit like, oh yeah, well, you know, the reason it failed was because we leaned too far into like trying to create a competitive scene for this. Like it's always everybody's fault but yours. Oh, well, Tencent's ripping funding away. We weren't able to create the game we wanted. Just come out and say, hey, you know what? We created a game that didn't resonate with players. And sometimes that's the way that cookies crumble. That's the way the cookie is going to crumble. I would have so much more respect if they just did that and said, yeah, you know what? We just created a game and we didn't understand our audience. Because sure, it's still bad that you made a product over several years and you don't understand what it is people wanted, but at least you would be able to admit you were wrong.
Yeah, and they can't, which is unfortunate because they would get more respect that way. If it's like, listen, we didn't live up to the hype that everyone thought it was going to be, but you know, we'll do better next time. We're going to take these notes and all of your, you know, what you had, the problems that you had with it, what you didn't like, what you wish we had done, and apply that to another game. I mean, that just makes sense. Let's give the people that are giving us money what they want.
What is that, Wicked? What do you mean, sense? Like,
I
you have some pennies you want to donate to me?
I'm talking crazy. I know.
I know. It sounds insane. Like, that we have to sit here and question, do they actually know what making sense means at this point? Because I don't think they do. It's pretty pathetic that that's the case. But Chad here, this studio lead, he was the one. Now, listen, Chad. Hey, again, I'm willing to have a conversation with you. He's the one that weeks ago had said that it doesn't matter how many people play the game, only that the game is loved by the people who played it. Ooh, Well, I don't think that that was quite true. I think it does matter how many people play your game, and I think it does actually matter if people love it or hate it. And we all knew that that was the case, right? When you've gone from 97,000 to less than 1,000 in a month, that is horrific.
Yeah, that's wow.
Like,
That's like almost makes you feel bad, but then it's like they're not going to take accountability. They're not going to admit what they did wrong. So then you're just like, well, things happen.
exactly. And it's like you have a game that people clearly gave a chance to, because generally it's like, oh, Concord comes out, 600 people play it max. Oh, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, Kill the Justice League, those games come out and they don't do anything. But in this case, it was the opposite. It did something. Having 2 million people in total play your game and then losing most of those people, and just looking at Steam, for example, 97K, and then losing that 97K all-time peak, that you can't use the same excuse, and it just proves that, oh, it's not because of toxicity, it's not because of this or it's that, it's just because your game sucks, and you guys need to admit that you just made a bad game.
Yeah.
And they can't do that.
No, they can't.
Yeah, and there's people that are already saying things like, this is insane. This is not fair. Please, no, why? Only 2 months, really? Why not support this game for at least 6 months? Why prioritize immediate profit over patience in building a strong community like Rainbow Six, No Man's Sky, Warframe, and so many others? If you celebrate
the ratio on that last one, though, 38 comments.
Oh, yeah, all of them are getting ratioed, I think. Yeah, this one, they locked it.
Oh, that's when you know it gets bad.
If you celebrate this game dying, then you're a loser. End of discussion. The launch game wasn't for me since it was missing stuff, but that doesn't mean I ever wanted it to fail. I was hopeful that they'd continue to work on it until it became something that I'd want to come back to. This level of cockiness is insane. Oh yeah, I didn't like the game, and I'm not going to keep playing the game, but I hope you keep dumping money into the game in case I ever want to play it again. Holy fucking narcissism. That is insane.
Wow. So if you're celebrating dying, you're a loser. Okay.
Yeah.
But they do that. Like these people.
They do, yeah. They love when games for the chuds fail, or
Yeah.
games for the chuds didn't do good.
Like
Time
Stellar
to
Blade
rub it in their faces.
was actually a good game. I never finished it, but I know that it was a good game. And they were mad about it because there was an attractive woman in it. Like that is because again, the chuds like it because there's a hot girl. We can't have that.
Yep.
Are they being sarcastic? Who, us or
I'm gonna assume you mean these people. I mean,
they're
you
not.
never really know, but the problem is, like, I don't think that they are, because there's so many posts like this. Now, again, you might have 30 posts saying, oh, if you celebrate this dying, you're a loser, and maybe 5 of them are sarcastic, but we'll never really know who's being sarcastic. But there is truth behind a lot of these people's words. So, yeah. This is just sad. I may not have liked the game, but I respect the craft. Meanwhile, gamers found black sheep and exploited. You've also got, I truly feel bad for the devs, especially those who tried steering development in the right direction. What a shame. So, yeah, there's quite a few people who are not taking this very well. People who are a little bit upset over the fact that Highguard died, but clearly these people weren't playing it. If all of the people in these threads and all of the people commenting and voicing their opinions on social media actually were still playing it, it would not be down to 598 players in game. That just wouldn't be the case.
No, it wouldn't. So it's like the people that make petitions to save bad TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, well, where were you? All these people signing. Where
it's
were
like,
you
oh,
when
it's
the
so
show
bad
was
with the
airing?
Netflix shows.
Yeah, like where were you when the
Netflix,
show
how
was
could
actually
you?
airing? Did you watch it, or are you just mad because you heard that, you know, the chuds didn't like the DEI in it, so now you are all on board for the crappy show?
Right. They always want to have the opposite opinion. That's a big problem with the video game journalists that we have been dunking on and that we love to dunk on because they there are times where it sounds like they almost agree with us on things, but they won't go so far as to admit that they agree because that would mean that they're actually agreeing with the gamers and the chuds and the people that they have like dedicated their careers to hating now, which is so insane to me. Like, you need us to read your articles so you can continue to have a job, and yet this is the hill you're willing to die on. This is the opinion you're willing to stand on, is we always need to be against gamers even if we don't even agree with what we're going to put in an article.
Yeah, that's true. And Mr. Flibbles is so right. They think supporting a poll is the same as engaging with the product.
Right.
It's so
Exactly.
true. The poll wouldn't be needed if they actually liked what, the product, the show, the game, whatever.
Right, they'll just leave a comment and it's easier than actually downloading a game, playing the game, putting time into the game, because these people don't play games. But if they see everybody in their sphere virtue signaling about it, going, oh my god, this stunning and brave game died, well, it's easy to just virtue signal about it and put up a 30-second post.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know what? I care about thing. That's it. I care about thing. You know that thing with the sign?
Yes.
The latest thing. That's these people. How boring.
It really is.
That's such a boring life. And to get mad all the time. Like, I know we yell about things, but in our free time, we don't sit there yelling at our phones over stuff. We just kind of chill out. When we're off and we're not on the internet looking at all this crap. But these people, they live on Twitter. They think Twitter's a real place. And they sit there and they hate watch YouTubers that disagree with them. And it's like, that's something that I will never understand. Like, I can't put myself in anyone else's mindset clearly, but people like this, I don't care if somebody likes or dislikes something that I like or dislike. If they have an opposite opinion, I'm not losing sleep over it. I might make a joke like, well, you can be wrong, or that's a really lame opinion. But I don't actually let it live rent free in my head. Like a show or a game that I love, if someone's like, it's stupid, they come in my chat and I'm like, well, now I'm just gonna get off the internet because you said it. Was like, that's how they are. They get so upset and I'm like, what's that like? And I'm glad that I don't know.
I think a big part of it is because these people want to be represented in every product. And if you are criticizing something with the message or that has a strong, let's just say for argument's sake, LGBTQ plus cast, well, then they feel like it is a personal attack on them and they want to make it their life's mission to prove that you are wrong and that your opinion is wrong and that you are just an ist or a foe, because they only live in a world where they exist. They don't care about everybody around them. They don't care about what's happening beyond their own front door. They just care about themselves, and they want to be the ones who people are praising because they're narcissists.
Yeah, that's just putting it simple.
Because, well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, no, you're right, because it's like, why, like, spending time diving
mental illness.
Yes, mental illness. Like, trying to actually dive into it would be exhausting for us to try to even scratch the surface of what's wrong with these people.
Oh, absolutely. But it's like you mentioned, I, in theory, don't want anything to fail. I would rather every single game come out and be a 10 out of 10 and everybody just be able to love what they want. I don't want people to feel like they got scammed or that they are being ripped off. And I don't want people to be disappointed. But we know that that is not the world that these people live in. If you are not with them, you are against them. They want everything that they do not personally agree with to fail. For me, I mean, I always say it, the market will speak for itself. I think that if people actually want it, they'll show up to support it. And, well, when companies create something for the 800th time in a row and it doesn't work, like the Concords and the Highguards, well, you can make it, but I'm going to sit and point and laugh because I think it's funny.
Exactly. We have to get joy somewhere in this craziness that, because we're in this field, right? Like, where we review and talk about pop culture and gaming and all that stuff. There's a lot of crap right now. So we have to find our humor somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places, one of the many places.
I also think about this situation. What's very interesting is that this game has only been alive for like a month and a half. I mean, we're not even at 2 months yet,
Wow.
but they're not refunding anybody.
Ooh. So wait, this was free to play and people paid money for extras, right? Or
yes, like skins. Like you could buy $5, $10 weapon skins or costumes, stuff like that. So it doesn't appear that they are refunding microtransactions. They're at least going to be banking that because, like, sure, I mean, I guess maybe they could announce it like over the next 2 weeks, but you'd think that they would announce it now, but that's not what they're doing. There's no sort of like they haven't addressed it at all.
Yeah, and because they're not going to. This is going to be their chance to make something
right
off the game, which is unfortunate for the people that decided to. That's sad because they had a small amount of people that were actually supporting the game, and the ones that did are now going to get screwed over.
Right, because they can't even play it. They can't have their items. They're not getting refunds. It's just like slapping the people that supported you in the face. But at the same time, maybe they just basically made no money off of refunds, or maybe they made no money off of microtransactions, so they don't feel like they have to announce refunds because like only 5 fucking people are gonna be getting refunds. So maybe they're just like, oh, we'll just silently do it. But I don't have any faith that like is actually the case.
Yeah, fair enough. It died down so quick. Like I said, I had a few friends, like I have a couple group chats, and when I talk about like friends, it's non-streamers, because if I'm going to talk about like you or someone else, I'll just bring up the name. But, my non-streamer friends that still actively play games, they had like mild interest in this. And then before I even said anything, before like any of us were even really talking about it, they were just like, it's kind of boring.
It is.
So, and that's just regular people that don't live on the internet like us. In the same, please let me I'm sorry.
She's on life support. Highguard didn't flop. Highguard flopped.
It totally did.
Yeah. Well, speaking of PC Gamer, they had said Highguard didn't flop, which, by the way, lots of PC Gamer bullshit today. All of the articles and JoUrNo hot takes we've been talking about are PC Gamer. They've now said RIP Highguard, in a better world, an FPS is allowed to be unpopular. Like, of course it's allowed to be unpopular, but that doesn't also mean that, like you don't deserve our money or our support just because, ooh, it's not like all the other girls, and like, oh, it's not a massive success, and so
like we
need to support it because it's independent, which, by the way, it's not even fucking independent. It literally got money from Tencent. But yeah, it can be unpopular, sure. And your point is, like, I didn't say this game needs to be killed off. Nobody should be allowed to play this game anymore. But I haven't seen anybody saying that.
Are they acting like we're us YouTubers are like mean girls like Regina George, and we're like, Highguard, you can't sit with us? And then we have spoken, and so now no one will play Highguard. Like, what? It's allowed to be unpopular, yes, and that also is why it's allowed to be removed, because nobody's playing the game. Like, can you make that make sense for me, please? No, because you're just probably pop something into AI like, what should I put here? Here, this would really kill them.
Yeah, I also think that in my opinion, because I'm somebody who does support stop killing games, I think that video game preservation is important. I think that they should allow people to host their own custom servers. I would be perfectly fine with that. Now, I don't think anybody's really going to get any use out of that because nobody's even playing Highguard anymore. But like, it's not our fault that this game died. Clearly, people gave it a shot. And imagine how many indie developers out there who would kill for the opportunity to have 2 million people try out their experience. That's like a dream scenario for so many developers out there.
Yeah, it is. That's why I will forever support indie developers for trying, because just the work that goes into it. I have a couple friends that actually have degrees in game design, and it's hard to get in there. So a lot of them have other jobs and the game designs on the side.
Yeah.
But when I get sent like clips of stuff they do, I'm like, man, this is cool. Please, like I try to be the cheerleader, like keep going, keep going. I want to see this game. I'll play it on stream. Keep going. So it's good to see because like I've seen a little bit of behind the scenes, right? And like we hear about it. Like an example I like to use was Batman's cape in the Arkham games. It was one guy that took him years, right? One guy just to make his cape.
Woo!
And it's I don't want to say they don't do that anymore because they do. I mean, we still get good games. We still get beautiful games. I mean, look at right now Resident Evil 9. It is a beautiful game, but they cut corners a lot.
It's much more rare.
Yes, an example of cutting corners for the people who have money to absolutely not do that was it wasn't the last Star Wars game, but maybe like one or two before that, where I remember watching people play it and they're like in a cave and then you look up and it's not cave. It's just like an abyss. Like it just like kind of goes away. And I'm like, they were so lazy that they couldn't render the top of a cave. And this was before I was really critical. Like this was a while ago. I don't remember which one it was. It was with the redheaded guy.
So probably Fallen Order.
Probably Fallen Order.
Because Jedi Survivor came out in like 2023. So Fallen Order was like 2019 or something like that.
Yes. It was that one. And I remember just like looking and I'm like, what the heck, man? Like they don't have money to render a top of a cave? Yeah. And that's when it like kind of started for me when I started like paying attention. And then we see like Expedition 33. That was a beautiful game. Indie. Cinema. Absolute cinema. Really though. But it's guys, support the indie creators, man.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's just that simple. But Highguard is going to be dead. R.I.P. Maybe I'll play it one more time for the lulz because I'll never play it again. Probably
Might
not.
as well.
Yeah,
Might as well.
That probably won't happen. But I guess never say never. Robert Hayes, thank you for the 199. And where is that boulder punching asshole crit? See, that's what I was saying. Wicked and I were talking in the pre-stream chat about her not playing Resident Evil 5 before, and because she's really enjoying Resident Evil 9. I think that she's going to love Resident Evil 5 because of characters like Chris.
Yeah, which is funny because Athletically Lazy tried to put us on the spot saying we were talking about Leon, but we were actually talking about Chris because we were talking about the boulder punching. But yeah, once maybe like April-ish, we'll give you guys a fair warning when we're going to start that because we got to finish Reanimal and like March is just busy. So I think it's probably fair to say that April will be able to start 5 and maybe do like a once a week stream until we finish it. I'm excited. I've been wanting to play 5 after my issues with Revelations 2. I'm like, I am not playing a co-op game by myself for Resident Evil ever again. So thankfully 5 is online co-op. So we'll do that.
Just like lower.
Hold on. I think my internet's messing up. Am I still here?
Now I'm gone.
You're gone.
I was just gone. So I think it's StreamYard.
It's StreamYard. Okay.
Because you blinked, you went away for a second, then I went away for a second. Vara's messed up. It's me. I messed up too.
I heard that.
Who's broken?
Someone's StreamYard. It's probably StreamYard.
It's probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, what did you just say? Because you went full robotic.
I don't even remember. It's good enough.
It's fine. We're back.
I'll play Resident Evil with you, sure.
Thank you. It'll be fun.
Hester, thank you for the 5. Hey guys, first dono, thank you so much. Have you seen the AC4 remake? Black Flag is one of my favorite games, which is why I'm terrified because modern Ubisoft will ruin it. It is so tough because I want it to come out and I want it to be good and like I want to have faith in it, but at the same time, I know better than to trust modern Ubisoft. So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I never finished Black Flag. I plan on it, but I agree with this. Modern Ubisoft.
Yeah. It's tough. So I guess we'll see. It's probably a bit of ways away. That's for sure. But thank you again for the dono.
Thank
Das
you.
Pooch, thank you for the 10. At least Capcom ain't as bad as NetherRealm Mortal Kombat, making female characters hideous. Ed Boon is virtue signaling too close to the sun. Now Shinnok was always a transformer for 29 years. It's tough because, yeah, you have these absolute insane extremes like Mortal Kombat. And so when Capcom does make bad moves in some cases, but then in others they make good moves, it's hard to trust them. But yeah, I mean Capcom is technically not as bad in terms of the character designs with or as not as bad as NetherRealm. Capcom's censored a bit of content. They definitely have, but at least Grace is pretty.
Yeah,
So,
she's
that's
pretty. She's
good.
just girl next door. She doesn't need to be like, boom. I mean, I don't think maybe Ada's like that, but I know a lot of people think that Jill's very hot and Jill's a good looking girl. So is Claire, but I think they're both pretty like as far as what they wear. Besides Jill in Revelations 1 because she had like that suit on that everyone loved.
Yeah. I
But
think
I
it's more
think-
so just like their costumes and not necessarily the body proportions that are insane on the Resident Evil girls.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. And Grace is kind of same. I don't know. I have no problem. I think she's cute and kind of like Rebecca. I know
Yeah.
Rebecca was young, right?
It's true.
But Rebecca was kind of like another like little blonde girl next door.
Yeah. But I guess it is what it is. We'll see what Capcom does in the future. Hopefully not too bad. It's going to be so long before we get another mainline game though. I'm hoping Code Veronica is next.
I think that if it is, or like, there's rumors that they're going to announce it over the summer, which makes sense. Let the hype, kind of not die down, but let everyone play Resident Evil 9. By then, they, the big fans will. So I want that. I also want to play Outbreak, but I may end up just getting an emulator for that one.
Yeah. That'll probably be easy.
Yeah.
For sure. Cabal, thank you for the 5. This is like when mean girls tell a very large woman that she's perfect the way she is just to sabotage her with toxic positivity. Yeah, I mean, that is what has happened a lot in, the video game industry. That is
Rebecca's
that is
brunette.
for sure. Rebecca
is she like dirty blonde? I thought. I guess it could be hard to tell sometimes with like the old
yeah,
graphics.
she's got like darker hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought she had like dirty blonde hair.
I guess it depends on like the lighting, because like there is some lighting here where it looks here, I'll bring it up. There is some lighting where it looks like much brighter, like this one for example, over on this left side. Like that looks pretty light, but then there are other
brunette,
images where it's like that's clearly brunette. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and so like in the original she fully looks brunette, but like in some of the newer images yeah. More recent. Okay, that's why I got confused. Lighting.
Wicked the fake fan. Well, I didn't pick up on it either. So it's
You're
okay.
like, yeah.
Exactly. Toxic positivity on full display. Dark Slayer, thank you so much for becoming a Bronze Titan. Much appreciated. And Addis, thank you for the 10. Have you bamboozled Wicked into playing Marathon with you? I don't think I could. I mean, it's, it's a $40 game. It looks like trash. I'm honestly probably going to play it once and that's it. And if it hadn't been donated, I probably wouldn't have purchased it.
Yeah, you know what? And that's something else. Again, in one of my group chats, these were people that liked Halo a lot. I never got into Halo. They were super into Halo and they're asking each other like, hey, you gonna play Marathon? And like there's like 2 of them that are like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. And then like 4 of them that are like, nah.
Yeah, like if it hadn't been donated to me, I probably would have just played like the open server slam weekend that just passed. I probably would have like forced myself to play it on like one day and that would have been it. Because it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't look very good, but I'm willing to give things a chance. I'm willing to give them an opportunity. You know, well, you're not like me. You don't have to play every single game. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, it's a gift, really. I pick and choose.
All right, don't make me angry, Wicked.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive you this time.
The
'cause I'm
mean
a
girl's
nice
coming out.
person.
You are.
But,
Contrary to what the internet tries saying, she's a gamer and a nice person. Okay.
I've never played a game in my life. Don't spread false information, Wicked. You know I've never played a game.
That's right. That's what Alyssa said, right? And she's like a real journo. You believe everything she says.
Oh yeah,
Also,
for sure.
We say our daily hello in case she's watching. Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you. Well, it's not nice to see you, but I'll pretend. Two can lie, Alyssa.
I'll pretend.
Anyway, we've gone 0 days without streamers being absolutely retarded. And the worst combo is a millionaire streamer. That's how you know. You are probably about to hear the most cooked take ever. And now, XQC is saying that he believes GTA6 should cost $800. It's an $800 product. These days, you pay 60 or 80 and you get fucking nothing. This shit is going to be 1,000 hours of content, of high quality product for 100. That clears every other game by a margin of 20 times minimum. Whew.
It wasn't Pokemon, right?
Yeah, she's also got some amazing takes too.
Oh yeah. 10 out of 10. Like, that girl's got some great life advice. She even buys herself her own engagement ring because, man.
Like, I don't have a guy, but why don't I just do it myself?
Yeah. So this is insane. I don't know. Like, okay, so I want to Chase us, save me from Mario Kart.
Save me from Mario Kart? What do you want us to do? You have free will.
We gotta bust into the stream and be like, we need him. We're talking about XQC. He's the one that knows all about him.
Exactly.
But $800, I want to believe that this is a troll. That he said this is a joke on a stream. But that's just me trying to cope that humanity isn't cooked when it comes to streamers, like their takes and stuff like this. I want to know where he came up with this number. If he was just like, well, I've got like an extra 800 laying around, so like if we pay 800, it'll be a great. Like, do you think the game's gonna be better if it's 800? Like, what? I can't figure out why he's saying this. Like, it hurts my brain trying to figure out the numbers here.
The only thing, right? So even though like this is my line of mentality, it still doesn't make any sense. So during like a couple of years ago, during like the lockdowns and stuff like that, he was streaming GTA Online a lot. He probably made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of that. And so he's just like, well, I'm going to get like so much money out of it, and I'm going to get so much value because I'm going to be streaming it constantly. That means that I think that it should be more expensive.
But $800,
right? And he's sitting here saying these days you pay 60 or 80 and you get fucking nothing. Yeah, bro. Maybe you should attack the companies and criticize the companies and not say these shit ass fucking retard companies should charge more. What kind of mentality is that? Oh yeah, you're getting scammed, so you should give the scammers more money. Okay, I'm not just gonna give the African prince my credit card, I'm also gonna give the Saudi prince my credit card and the Prince of SARS my credit card. What kind of logic is that?
Is he saying like you need like it's like $1 for every hour of content you get? Like,
I guess. That's so stupid.
It's very stupid. The logic behind that is so dumb. He's probably gonna get the game for free too. Let's be real. He's probably gonna get
absolutely.
So,
he'll probably get a sponsorship. They'll probably give him fucking $10 million to stream the game.
They'll probably be like, hey, I like the way you think, $800. Like, but you're right. Hey, we're going to get a bunch of content here, so we should pay for it. No, how about you attack the people that we already pay for good content that give us crap?
Right. That should be what he should be fighting for, or really fighting against, is you need to be calling out these companies. If you think that people are getting scammed at $80 now, he can afford anything, so he just doesn't really care. Like, oh yeah, sure, it's fine that I'm having to pay $80 for a 5-hour long trash game, but that's not the case for everybody else. And so sitting here and saying that, oh, it should be more expensive because you could afford it if it was more expensive is so brain rotted. It is insane. And we know that Rockstar has not ruled out a $100 price tag for GTA 6. I personally don't think that they're going to charge $100, simply because I think that they know that it's going to sell a lot of copies. And so if it is a lower price, more people are going to buy it. I mean, at this point, GTA 5 has sold over 225 million copies, which is a hefty chunk of change. So I think that they want it to stay as close to that as possible. And if you charge 100, you're going to get less people buying it. But you never really know. You genuinely, you have no idea, especially when the development cycle is $2 billion.
Yeah, they're 1000% making their money back and then some, because the thing about GTA, they keep delaying it and it's annoying, but because it's a GTA game, like, it could be 20 years between games and people are still gonna get it when it drops, because they've established themselves as, you know, it's the online content and stuff. Like, I've even been thinking lately about downloading 5 again and just like playing online with people.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long. I had so much fun. I never even finished the story mode of GTA 5. I used to just get online and play with friends and had so much fun doing the heist and everything. That was a good time. So just the price tag might be higher. I don't see them going. I think 60 to 80 is going to be the price tag, like maybe 60 base, and then they maybe will have some kind of deluxe edition or extra for 80, but I don't see it going to 100. That would be kind of wild, because there's a lot of people that cannot afford that, and they're just like, people will buy games and share it. Like, if they want to play the story mode, they're going to buy it, and then when I'm finished, you can borrow it, and it's going to end up losing them money, or they're going to try to pirate it, or I don't know. Yeah. So I think $60 is fair. But if they go to like 70 or 80, I think people will still pay that price. But anything over that, not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you know, like Stark said, it's hyperbole. He's justifying the $100 price tag by saying the game is going to have tons of content. And it is true. You know, we all know that this game is going to be jam-packed with content, but that doesn't mean that you should be charging an arm and a leg more for it when you are sitting here. And it is tough, because I do feel like some games I would happily pay $100 for, but that still shouldn't be the standard.
I'd pay $100 for an indie game that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like Expedition 33, for example. There's people that bought that multiple times for like other people, or they bought it on PC.
Well, that's
and
also
then
the thing, is if you love it so much, you could just buy another copy and support the developers again and again and again and again, like me with my 12 copies of Skyrim. I loved Skyrim. I have a lot of copies of it. Yeah, I was happy to support a product that I got a lot of enjoyment out of. But I still don't think that the standard edition for that game should be $100 by any stretch of the means. I love Elden Ring, and I'd happily pay $200 or $300 for Elden Ring, in my opinion. But I also would never sit here and say Elden Ring should be $100.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this, like, this being the take, there was so much content for GTA 5 that over the last year, like, people still play it so much.
Right.
But that was what, $50, $60? I can't remember, because I mean, it was so long ago that I bought it, but it was like $50 or $60. Right. So I don't understand the logic behind that.
Yeah, I don't either, except for rich out-of-touch streamer gives his opinion that nobody asked for. And speaking of it, Rover! Thank you for the $100! XQC chews his own toenails off like a wild animal on live stream. So I assume his takes on gaming would be slightly off. Yeah, he's definitely not somebody who I would ever listen to or trust for my opinions or looking for feedback. But hey, I mean, when you have an audience that big, companies will listen to any fucking loser. And anybody with a trash ass take, especially if, again, wrapping it back to toxic positivity, especially if that person who might be brain dead is affirming what you are saying and saying, you know what, yeah, sure, charge whatever you want for it. Like, surely it's going to be worth it. Companies that listen to people like that are on the quick path to failure. That's for sure. But thank you, Rover, for the $100. Much appreciated.
XQC is the guy that had like all those weird like funny reactions clip that goes like he freaks out when he plays funny games. That's him. That's him, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I had people send me like clips, and I'm like the worst YouTuber because there's a lot of these like bigger names that I don't know. Now he's been, he's gotten more retarded over the years, so like I know who he is more. Same with Pokimane, had no idea who she was until she started saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember having some of her fans, like, I did a video about her take on Kick, and I think I'm pretty sure that she was coming actually at XQC for that, like, switching over to Kick. And she was just like coming at people for that. It's like, you are Twitch's golden girl. You make money over there, and the smaller creators trying to come up don't really make much money.
Right.
Over on Twitch. So it made sense for them to do the move over to Kick. And she was like coming at them. And I remember people were like, well, she has a right to her opinion. I'm like, well, yeah, and so do I. My opinion is that she's a retard.
Criticize her
exactly.
opinion.
It's like, and this is my opinion that she's retarded. So
right. It's like with video games, they can make these games all they want. Doesn't mean that they're like that you can't criticize them and you can't actually like decide to not purchase them or monetarily support them. Like, of course. So
because
stupid.
It's mean. If we point out what they did wrong, we're just a bunch of meanies.
You're not feeding into their delusions. You are an ist and you are a phobe.
Yeah. It's okay. I proudly wear that badge.
I'm glad.
Like, this is why we do a show together. We're both the same.
Exactly. Michael, thank you for the 5. I have 4 copies of E33, PS5, PS5 Lumiere Edition, PC Collector's Edition. I have 3 copies. I have a physical copy, I have an Xbox copy, and then I have the Steam copy. But yeah, really, really, really good game.
Beautiful.
I love it. And see, I would be more than happy to pay $100, $200, $300 for it because it's so amazing. But I still don't think that should be the industry standard.
No, just like you said, just buy more when you like it. There you go.
Exactly. But it's okay. The industry's trash a lot of the time, and we can support the good products, and I'm happy to give them tons and tons of money when we actually get these very good, high-quality games.
Agreed.
But let's talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So we have reviewed it. We both really, really liked it. And going into season 2, there today have been some announcements made.
Oh no!
About
what happened?
Some of the casting.
The
casting.
I did see that.
But before we get into that, let's talk about the viewership. So, wow, when this was airing, it was obviously doing pretty good. And we know that the first season was averaging around 14 million US viewers and 26 million global viewers per episode. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's getting this. The first season was very good. Highly recommended if everybody else has not seen it yet. I did think that it was some very, very good storytelling. Just a great adaptation overall. It seemed that they were trying to do their best with the smaller budget they had in the grand scheme of things, and they really wanted to respect the source material. But today there was an announcement made about some of the casting, and
it's the guy from Alien.
It is. It's a guy from Alien Earth. I thought that he did a pretty good job in it. I think that he is a good actor.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. It's like with the Snape actor who is in the new Harry Potter adaptation. I think that that actor who's playing Snape now is actually a pretty good actor. But these are people that do not fit into their roles. And we know with Harry Potter, it's most likely going to be, oh, James Potter was a racist, and all of the kids are little racists for being mean to poor Snape and thinking he's a villain. And boy, oh boy. So, Bennis of the Brown Shield is a character in the second book, A Sworn Sword. He is cruel, he is stinky, and he is rude. And they cast a black guy as him. Why would they do this, guys? Why would they do this?
I'm sorry, but even the name.
Yeah, Bennis of the Brown pretty fucking literally. Dunk's probably gonna be like, oh, how'd you get my name, my lord?
Well, look at me.
Yeah, it's gonna be some fucking quip. And then he's gonna go, dunk the lunk, thick as a castle wall. Like, holy shit. This is so stupid.
It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious.
Why would they do this? It's like these companies, and it's HBO, clearly, because HBO greenlit Snape, HBO greenlit this. It's very fucking clearly them, like, it almost to me feels like they're sabotaging it. Why would you do this to these actors? These are good actors who could probably play tons of other roles where it wouldn't matter, but you're making the villain a black guy. You just know that it's going to be filled with racism.
Yeah. And you're right. It does. It's like, I feel like this is us trying to, I don't think cope is the right word, but we're trying to make sense of this and say they're doing it on purpose. But the truth is they probably aren't.
Right.
They're probably just like,
maybe this like character we could race swap them easily, and they have no idea what they're doing, no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. Or you're right, it's on purpose, but it's because they want to start a narrative around it, right? Like us right now talking about it, and then when the show does happen, if he doesn't portray the character properly, what are they gonna say? You're a racist. He's not portraying it right because he's a black man, and that's why you don't like him, and that's the route they're gonna go with it, which I can already sense that, and it makes me sad because I liked the first season so much. Doesn't mean that the second season's going to be bad. I hope it's still great. I'm gonna watch it. But if this guy is a good actor, so maybe there won't be much fuss around it. But if people that speak up about him not being, accurate to the book, you already know what they're going to say. They're going to say, well, you're just racist. So,
right. And this is such a big problem now, is that these shows, it happened with Obi-Wan Kenobi, for example, and having Reva. You have something happening like with Harry Potter, something like this. They are willing to sacrifice these like minority actors on the stake of woke. If the show or the movie or the game, if it doesn't do good, well, it's okay, because now they basically have a meat shield. Now they can say, well, actually, you guys are just racist or sexist or whatever, insert insult here. And so they can deflect from the problem, even if all of the criticism is, yeah, he just doesn't fit the description of the character in the book and he just didn't play the character as good. Well, you're only saying that because he's a black man.
Exactly. We already know that's what's going to happen, even if it's a small amount of people, right? Like it's not as loud as they might want to make it seem, right? Because you see some of these actors will be like the one actress. Speaking of Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I can't remember her name. She was the one that painted the shield, right?
Oh yeah, she plays Tansal.
Yes,
I don't remember the actress's name, but yeah.
She said something like, I experienced some racism. It's like, I didn't hear anyone say anything about her. She was actually liked. I know people were like, oh, like him defending her, how cute and everything. Like I didn't see anyone say anything about her race, the way she looked. And then like did she see like one or two comments and she's like, yeah, I have experienced some harsh racism. Like, get over the victimhood mentality already. You're kidding me right now.
I do think, though, her statement was better in the grand scheme of things. She said it was intimidating to step into something that people are so connected to and love so much and have a lot of opinions on. I definitely did get some negativity around race, but at the end of the day, I'm employed and I'm following my dream. So, I think that in the grand scheme of things, this is a better statement because she's not saying, oh, I faced so many racist attacks on the internet and so many people were wanting me dead or wanting me fired or anything like that. She just said, there was some negativity, but hey, I'm doing what I love. And George R. R. Martin said he said I was a good cast.
I just think that she didn't like it.
She didn't need to say it, though.
She didn't need to put that.
No,
she could have been like, I
absolutely
definitely. If she wanted to touch on the negativity, she could have been like, I definitely experienced some negativity, but
Yeah, she didn't have to add
race.
around race.
Yeah,
it's like that little addition that changes the statement, and she probably did it because, well, I mean, spoiler alert, she's not coming back. Or at least for the existing source material that's out, like she's not going to come back. So like she's probably looking for work. She's probably looking for jobs because sure, maybe in 2 more seasons and they get to season 4, she'll return as Tansel, but otherwise that's not going to happen.
yeah.
And so she's like, wow, I did really good and people like me in the show. So, yeah, anyway, I'm open for work.
Yeah. And I did like her character.
Yeah, she played a really good Tansel.
And, when she left, I'm like, aw, Dunk's lady. Because I was like, I wanted them to be a thing.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay, Wicked. Next season's gonna have a little bit of a kick to it in terms of Dunk and a love interest.
Oh, good. He deserves
It's gonna
it.
be
love Dunk.
It's gonna be a little spicy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna go full Game of Thrones, huh?
Not full Game of Thrones, but definitely
He's gonna get his day.
The
right?
tension is gonna be there between the characters.
Okay.
So yeah. I think Dunk picks up a woman in every port, though. So,
oh, he's fine. He's fine.
Like, yeah, he's gonna be just fine without Tansel.
Yeah,
she's last season's news. But yeah, it is tough because I do think that she did a good job, but every time you see an actress say something like this, it's so cringeworthy. It really is. And every time you see someone like this being hired for this role as a cruel, stinky, rude guy, and suddenly you're race swapping him and replacing the character with a black man. Yeah, that's clearly done intentionally.
Yeah,
all of these people are definitely positioning themselves, whether it's a studio positioning an actor in this type of role so they can use them as sort of like the sacrificial lamb in case there's backlash, or in the case of Tansel's actress, she's positioning herself for potential roles going forward. Like either way, it's very questionable, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of Game of Thrones, there is also one more piece of news, and that is that a Game of Thrones movie is in the works at Warner Brothers, and Beau Willimon from Andor is set to write the script, and it's not confirmed yet, but it does sound like this could be the Aegon the Conqueror story, so that would be the beginning of the Targaryen dynasty in Westeros.
So I never watched Andor, but I've heard that people actually liked it.
Yeah.
So
I'd say that's one of the most positive pieces of Disney Star Wars content. That's for sure. I mean,
yeah.
Not that we've gotten 10 out of 10s across the board, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that would be interesting to see, the start of the Targaryens' reign. So I'm here for it if it's done properly. And I think making it a movie is a decent move, right? Because we're not going to get like what we're getting with House of the Dragon, like fillers and,
right.
So It's in the works, which means they're not giving us a date or anything, which is also good because now there's no like expectation like, oh, is it coming out next year? It gives them time to really work on it. I wonder if they have George R. R. Martin on set. Probably. I think House of the Dragon is probably so far the only one that he isn't on the set for now because he has that
Yeah.
arguments with the creator there. So
I do wonder though if this is even going to happen with the Warner
Yeah.
Brothers deal, because that's the problem, is like they have established that Game of Thrones is massive for them, and that the Song of Ice and Fire universe is a big pull for them. But just because something is a big pull doesn't mean that it's going to always be what's greenlit and what actually happens, because they right now have like 7 things in the works.
Yeah.
So it's tough to know if this will actually happen, but this does sound like that this has been their plan for their first A Song of Ice and Fire movie. And so I think that this is probably safe from the chopping block.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I
would
think though
prefer
that it also
this-
needs like a $500 million budget though, with all the dragons and
yeah.
all the costumes and the choreography. Like they're gonna need it's gonna have to be a Dune, so they're gonna need a massive budget.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. See, I think they're learning that like the Targaryen stuff does well because people want the dragons. So,
Yeah.
and then that's where the budget has to go though.
Right.
I know
They
there
should
was
do more Stark stuff. Having dire wolves would be fucking sick.
I would like to see more Stark. I would say out of all Game of Thrones, and probably
Also, there's no talk about the White Walkers at all anymore or anything like that because, oh man, we're too
messed
busy
that
down
up.
south. That shit sucks. Stop it.
that sucks. Yeah. There's so much they can do with it. What they have
Yeah.
to do though is just get the right like creative minds that
Yeah.
can bring it to life properly. And yes, like while George R. R. Martin is here, have the man that brain created the universe like in their ear helping them. Because we know he's not finishing the books. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just
Why
really
do you
don't
have
think
to?
he is.
Why do you have to talk about it, Wicked? Wicked, stop! 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 In other news, I finally have the entire first edition, first printing set of A Song of Ice and Fire.
Wow.
Woo!
First edition. Look at that. This fancy
Bada bada
pants.
bing!
She's
I'm so
flexing over
sad.
here.
Hey, listen, I need to cope some way, okay? In my adult life, I have never been able to buy A Song of Ice and Fire book. I've been an adult
now you
for
got 'em
9
all.
fucking years, man! Nothing! Come on, guys! I have to go back to the fucking well! This shit sucks! So,
Well, they look so
annoying.
pretty. They're so pretty.
Thank you. I know.
Chat, compliment Vara's books now, or she's gonna ban you.
I spent so much money on them. Please, I need help.
Please.
I need to justify my purchase.
Don't worry.
But
Chat
yeah.
loves it.
I know, surely, but I'm hopeful when it comes to A Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2. I genuinely hope that there's no constant talk of like racism or something like that. Like I genuinely
hope not.
hope that isn't the case, but I know better than to have any sort of trust or faith in anybody at this point. So
Yeah, that's a fair point. Cautiously optimistic. That's us. That's all you're gonna get. We
That's
can't do
true.
much more than that.
I know, very stunning and brave. But
Absolutely.
before we move into our movie review, because I think it's going to be short, I wanted to get your take on this. So, VGC and research firms are now saying female players are an overlooked opportunity for growth in the games industry. They are saying that the games industry is overlooking potential for growth by not fully accommodating female players, which in my opinion sounds terrible because that just means that these firms are basically saying the games industry needs to do more to appeal to women, and they need to change more content in games in order to get more female gamers playing their titles. But it's like with you and I, for example, we love Resident Evil not because it was marketed towards women or because specifically, oh, it's supposed to be enjoyed specifically by women. We love it because it's just good. It shouldn't matter who it is made for. Anybody should be able to love it.
I agree with that. I think trying to specifically market towards women is a way to ruin your game, because women that want to play games are just going to play them if they're good, if they're interested in it. If you try to make them interested in it, they're still not going to play. So now you're just wasting money and you're losing your male audience and the female audience that would have been interested in it if it was just a good story. So this is stupid.
100%.
Very
And
stupid.
it's so sad that we've gotten to this point that you have these different analytic firms and really just tons of people in the gaming industry, whether they're developers or journalists or whoever, basically fighting for there to be a divide in the industry when it shouldn't be that case. If I'm a woman and I want to play FIFA, I should be able to. And if you're a guy who wants to play Hello Kitty Big City, well, you're a little gay, but you still should be allowed to.
You can do what you want.
Right.
Yes,
like,
well done.
yay, I'm going to laugh at you, but you can do it. And sitting here and saying we need to market to these different groups because it's an opportunity to make money, it's just going to make you less money, as we have seen with all of the modern slop that has come out over the years. When you make a game for everyone, you make a game for no one. And if you try to get a group of people who isn't traditionally interested in your product, you're going to not get those people, and you're also going to lose the people you already had.
Yeah.
So
pretty
sad.
much it's very sad, and I don't understand why these companies don't see that, you know, movies, video games, TV, like when they do that, when they try to make that switch to appeal to an audience that isn't watching them, they lose money. So why are you going to be like, I'm going to give it a try, I've solved the formula, I can make it work? No, how about you just keep doing what makes you money? I don't understand that.
Right, exactly. And they say women represent 48% of the gaming population, around 922 million players. We've talked about this many times before. This also takes into consideration mobile gamers. If we're talking about console female numbers, it completely dips down. But they say that at such a large scale, this 4% difference does represent 93 million fewer female gamers than males. And this represents a gap in the market that could be considered a missed opportunity with potential to increase monetization and engagement. Well, again, you're just going to lose monetization because you're going to get less people buying your games.
Exactly.
They
How,
say that
if we figured this out, how do these big companies not figure it out? That's the real question. No.
Because in these companies, there's all these different activists, there's all these different feminists, and they're telling the higher ups at the companies, oh, this is untapped potential. This is an untapped market. And then they just see, oh yeah, wow, we're missing out on 100 million potential other sales. We need to do more of this. And it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Guys, listen to us. We know what we're talking about. All the companies that are watching us right now.
I know. It should be simple. It really should. But it's not. And like, it sucks we've gotten to this point that there needs to be this big conversation being had by these different like analysts. Just make good games. And then people will show up to monetarily support you and support your product if it's good.
Yes, just make good. It's actually very simple, but I feel that they don't want to pay, or they don't want to go out and find real creatives anymore.
No.
So the higher ups, like, this is the same thing. I say this all the time about movies and television, is that the suits, you pay for the stuff to get made. You don't insert yourself into the creative process. You hire somebody who's creative. But companies like Disney, for example, they hire people they can control that, it ruins the creativity of the projects. And that's when you get slop. And now they're going to start doing that with video games. They're going to, oh my gosh, are they going to hire more women to create? Like, no, please.
Yeah, I
We're gonna
mean,
get more
we already have a lot of
James.
women that are unfortunately wanting to change the industry. So now we're just going to get even more women who are like Kim Belair's at Sweet Baby Inks, who just want to push an agenda because they believe it is another opportunity for them to make more money, for them to gain power, for them to gain control.
Yeah.
Also, this right here, and this is the last part that I think is so fucking funny. They call women retards straight up. They say it indicates that there's a subset of female non-gamers who are interested in gaming but lack the education around how to play these games and what content is out there.
That's really funny, actually. Did they accidentally say something base? I mean,
Woo! I think that's great, man. You guys are just too stupid to use Google. Oh, you see a video on Twitch or on YouTube? You're so stupid you can't even figure out how to play it. I mean, I guess it is. I guess it is kind of based, to be honest.
but I mean, like, are they accidentally based? They're calling me out when I was little. I used to have, my brother had to fight the hard levels for me. It's okay. I learned how to do it myself now. I'm all grown up.
Yeah.
Maybe not in height, but
well.
oh
yeah,
boy.
apparently this is what they're bitching about now. Women are too stupid to know how to play video games. We're overlooking them. Hey, maybe this is why Sony wants to put these different AI systems in their games, and that's why they are like trademarking these patents and patenting all these different systems so that AI can take control of your character and play the game for you, because haha, women will surely need this to be able to play games.
Yeah, because we're so retarded.
I guess so. Wicked. How does it feel to be a retard?
Well, I knew before they told me, so it's not very shocking.
Wicked, no, you're not supposed to say that.
You can't agree with them.
No, Wicked, you're not stupid. You're just directionally challenged.
Yeah, I'm just a woman, so.
You are. You're just not like any other girl.
I'm
You're
so quirky,
special.
cute, and different, and half retarded.
Exactly. You rode the short bus, but hey, at least you don't own the short bus company.
That's true. I can get off anytime I'd like.
For sure. Well, you might be too stupid to get off the short bus.
It's
So
true.
that
I
might
don't have
not
to open-
actually be true.
I turn into a sim. If you put something in front of me, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't go forward.
But all right, it is time to do our movie review. This was Sam Rockwell's latest movie. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I think it was Jose who had previously recommended we watch this. And it had come out a couple of weeks ago. And because over the past few weeks we've been pretty busy, we originally were thinking about doing it the week that Brett was on, and then last week we did Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but we finally have gotten around to watching, and we're going to review it, and yeah, we'll watch the trailer really quickly for anybody who has not heard of it or seen it. Audio?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, cool.
There's some shit that's about to come down that I can't prepare you for. It's gonna try to give you everything you ever wanted. But in the end, it will all be a lie. Are any of you even listening to me?
I traveled here today to tell you that things do not go well for you in the future.
But tonight we got a shot. There's a perfect configuration of people in this diner that can save humanity.
What happens if we fail?
I really don't like to say it out loud. It's kind of a morale killer. somewhere inside of you, you know the way things are, the way we're heading, the way people are with each other. You know the world's going to shit. It means the damn is you people choosing to come along for this ride because you see the writing on the wall and you're ready to wake up and do something about it.
There is a chance you will die tonight. Those are real bullets! But I truly believe you could be the group that saves the fucking world.
This is real.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Our entire lives have been building to this night. It's gonna be okay. Or it's not. I don't know.
So this is a movie that had come out a few weeks ago, and there we go. Hello. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I was
Where's
very
the whole
confused for
title?
a second there. But basically, this movie is about a man from the future who is played by Sam Rockwell, who is recruiting diner patrons to stop an AI-driven apocalypse. Now, when I had first heard of this, it reminded me a lot of Legion. That was a good movie. I actually really liked Legion, but it almost is very similar because the diner setting, and basically there's these diner patrons who have to help like save humanity. And this movie is done by Gore Verbinski, who did some of the Pirates movies. He's done a couple of other things, but I think that those are definitely like some of the most notable of his work. And obviously, I do think that someone like Sam Rockwell is a big draw for a film like this. And I think that he did such a good job. And I think that this movie, it was very fun in a lot of ways, but also, it's tough because I can enjoy movies sometimes that are unique enough but still have very current modern themes, and this definitely does. But for me, the problem is that this is not just supposed to be a what if scenario movie. So this does feature things like mass school shootings. It features like dehumanization and people sort of giving up their lives and their rights in order to be enslaved by their technology. But my problem is that Gore Verbinski truly believes that this is our inevitable future, that he thinks like school shootings and these like terrible things that are happening are literally constant, and that we need to fight these companies in order to like fight this being our future. So basically, this is a call to action. And that's my problem with a movie like this, because if it was just a movie, I would be like, okay, I suppose I can see how you dramatize things, but it's not the case because this is his state of mentality.
Yeah. So I caught that too. I was having fun with the movie for the majority of it. There's parts that are just like, damn, that is effed up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like the school shooting stuff and the whole, like, without giving it away, you know what I'm talking about? Like the aftermath that the parents
Yes.
deal with. I'm just like, that is messed up. And then the ending happened and I was like, so I think if the ending we thought we were going to get happened, it might have changed my opinion a little bit. Because it would have made it like, oh, this was just a fun ride. You know what I mean? But then the way that they ended it, I'm like you said, it's like a cautionary tale. And it kind of, I don't want to say it pulled you out of it, but maybe a little bit, like where you're just in this movie having fun. And then they hit you with that at the end. And it's like, this is what, like you said, he thinks this is going to be reality. I liked it. I still liked the movie, but I wasn't very happy with the ending. I think it should have been different. Like, I don't want to give it away, but I think Vara knows what I mean.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that they want to set it up as a series. They want to leave that potential. So it's
Yeah.
like you clearly can tell what would happen in, 100 different cycles eventually, right? Based on the information you gain throughout the movie. The ending, you know the direction that they want to go in, but they want to leave it open-ended so that if this movie blew up and made $1 billion, they could greenlight a sequel and instantly know where to go. And this is like a plague on modern storytelling, is nobody ever wants the story to be over because they're afraid that they're going to write a complete story and then they're not going to have any material in case a studio wants to pick it back up.
Yes. Yeah, that's very.
That's what happened recently with a show that I actually quite liked. It's called Dark Matter. I thought that Dark Matter was. Did you see it?
No, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it's on the list.
Yeah, Dark Matter was, in my opinion, a pretty good show. It's got Joel Edgerton in it. It's got Jennifer Connelly in it, but the writer only ever wrote one book, and so they wanted to greenlight season 2, and they're doing a season 2, but he's like, yeah, so I don't know exactly what we're doing. This is just, it's so sad because I would rather it be a shorter experience than them do some like honky hokey storytelling just to leave it for a potential sequel.
Yeah, I'd rather just get a good story, a one and done. Give me a good
Yeah.
story, like something that could become a cult classic. We don't get much of those anymore.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
they put too much, like the modern politics or social topics in it, and it's like in 10 years, 20 years, that's not going to age very well. People are gonna be like, huh? So I agree. I think that they're setting it up to possibly make it a series. They're definitely going to make a sequel at the very least.
Right.
And I just wish they would have ended it the way we thought that it was going to end, like before the last like 3 minutes
Yeah,
happened.
definitely. Like,
That would've
shut it
made it
off
just-
before those last 3 minutes and you'll be like, okay, that was a pretty satisfying conclusion. Why not?
It was fun. Like it was just a good time. No,
I
I'm
also
trying to
really
be
liked a
careful with
lot
what
of the
I say.
visuals in this movie. And the last like 15 minutes, the visuals were very good in my opinion. Like one of the final, we'll just say like boss rooms was sick. I thought
Oh,
the effects
yeah.
that they used was fantastic. And you can tell throughout the movie, it's a pretty low budget movie. Like clearly a lot of the money went to the last couple of minutes
Oh,
and
yeah.
then some of the different like sets and then the casting. But yeah, it's so tough because again, I can understand if they dramatized real world events just for the sake of like, this is like the worst case scenario possible, but it's genuinely what these people behind this project believe we are headed to, and it's inevitable unless you rise up and unless you fight for the future.
Yeah. And
Which
I
kind of
didn't-
takes a lot out of it, in my opinion.
it takes you out of the story where you're just having a good time and trying to enjoy that part of it, not like where you have to turn it off to think about your life.
Right.
Um,
Definitely.
But
I'd
I would
be
say it's worth a
interested.
watch.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what they're going to do with a sequel,
Mhm.
but or would they pull the last 5 minutes in a sequel as well? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Most likely. And they're gonna keep just pushing this until there's nothing left.
Probably. But I enjoyed it to a certain extent. I thought that it did some unique like it did integrate some unique ideas. A lot of the acting was actually pretty good in it.
Mhm.
But I definitely have a slightly harder time looking at this movie and being able to separate the art from the artist, especially when the art is just the artist's delusion in a way. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It did. It had potential, Shane. You're right.
It
And
did.
it wasn't awful, but
No.
they could have made it like movie of the year where everyone's talking about it and like, you need to go see this. This was so good. But now it's kind of like it's a mix. I don't think people really hated it, but I think it's like people really loved it, or then they're just like in the middle, like me and Vera, where it's like, yeah, it was good, but they messed it up a bit at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to see really quickly. Well, I don't think it's going to get a sequel, judging by the fact that it has a 20 million budget and has only grossed 8 million worldwide.
Oh, yep, no sequel happening.
I mean, maybe like a direct to streaming super low budget, like a Shudder level sequel, but I don't think
Maybe.
that you could get that with Sam Rockwell.
No, he wouldn't be on.
And he
in
was the
it.
draw
Oh,
for sure. But I guess we'll see. But poor Gore Verbinski's not gonna quite get another chance. At least I don't think here to tell us how he really feels about the state of the world. So sad. I know. You're heartbroken.
completely.
But anyway, guys, it's just about that time to wrap up the Vara in Virtue show. Wicked, what are you going to be up to except for simping over our leading man, Leon, and playing more Resident Evil 9?
Well, that, yes. And then, Saucy on Saturday. Maybe a bit more Windrose too after I finish this, which will
Nice.
be.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I
I
only
need to
did
play
one
it.
stream. I'd play more, but this came out and
Yeah.
is taking up so much of my time. So, yeah, just look out for more gaming streams. And I think Vera and I are going to try to figure out a day next week to finish Reanimal. So look out for that.
Yes, for sure.
And make sure you are on my Patreon. It's free to join. There's going to be some fun stuff happening over there, possibly with some familiar faces, but I'm having watch parties and stuff over there. The next one's going to be Army of Darkness, because everything happening with Bruce Campbell. I'm like, you know what? We got to watch a Bruce movie.
One day, Wicked and I don't know how much it would be, we're going to set a dono goal. How much to have us sit through the Lord of the Rings movies? I'll do it for $1. But Wicked, do you want to sit through 9, 10, 11 hours worth of movies?
I mean, I've seen the first one and then I watched it again. So I've actually seen the first one twice, but second and third I have not seen, or The Hobbit. So
I know. They're good. They're amazing.
I think we can do it, and we could do it over on Patreon. So we will talk about it, chat. We'll talk about it.
For sure. But of course, guys, all of her links are in the description. And of course, you can subscribe to my second channel, Varadark Reviews. I soon am going to be doing my collection videos. I'm going to do the bookshelves that are behind me, some of my specific collections, like my Lord of the Rings collection, my SNES, like box SNES collection, some of my video games and whatnot. And of course, I will be live streaming again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be playing Marathon. I think we're only going to give Marathon one stream, but we'll see. We'll go from there. This weekend will be Pokemon Pocopia, because that is releasing. And then next week is Lesbian Night game. Can't wait for that. Don't laugh at me, Wicked. I'll force you to play it too. You'll be done Resident Evil by then.
No, I'm going to replay it right after, actually.
Yeah. And of course, next week, Vara Virtue Show will be live over on Wicked's channel. So make sure to subscribe there and everything. And Michael, thank you for the 5. Do you two play any board games? I just signed up for NPC Rivals today. I also have the Wood Trunk box set of Harry Potter. Nice. I don't play a lot of board games.
No, it's been a while, but like when I get together with friends, we used to play like board games and
Catan's
stuff.
good. I love like the themed like Monopolies and stuff like that.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's been a while.
And Nightmare, thank you for the 5. Hey, ladies, hope you're both doing good. Hey, Vera, are you going to cover the snowbreak situation going on right now? I haven't looked into it yet. I've heard a little bit about it, though, so maybe. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord. And then if you have any, like, specific information that you think is important or maybe not as, like, like mainly covered or like niche information regarding to the situation, put it in the Dark Titan like content suggestion tab. That'll help too, because sometimes like, oh, somebody will make a statement, but it's like, I don't know, a developer who, you know, made a statement and then it's not as widely covered or anything like that. But I have to look into it. And thank you for the 5. Much appreciated. So yeah, guys, check out the links in the description. Go and subscribe to Wicked Virtue's channel. Thank you all so much for being here the past few hours. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and have a very great rest of your evening, everyone.
Bye.